Thank you, Ranking Member Crapo, and for holding this hearing today. Thank you to you and the chair. And Secretary Yellen, thank you so much for being here and for testifying before the committee. I would like to follow up on issues that my colleagues asked about concerning the recent actions that the administration has taken to protect our economy. Last weekend, the Treasury and other agencies took several steps to strengthen public confidence following the failure of two banks. The priority of federal regulators needs to continue to be protecting families and small businesses by ensuring the stability of our banking system and our economy more broadly. Given the events of the past week, I'd like to understand how Treasury is evaluating the effectiveness of its recent actions. So, what specific benchmarks are you using to measure the success of Treasury's actions? For example, what are the economic indicators that you are actively monitoring?
Well, we are looking at indicators of the functioning and stress in the banking system. We want to make sure that the problems at these two banks don't spread to others, and so we're monitoring very carefully the situation of banks in the United States using a wide range of indicators. And a more general problem that concerns us is the possibility that if banks are under stress, they might be reluctant to lend where they're worried about shoring up liquidity and capital, and we could see credit become more expensive and less available. And there are a variety of statistics that we can look at to judge whether or not banks are tightening credit, things like the senior loan officers' survey of credit terms and related statistics on the cost of borrowing, because that could turn this into a source of significant downside economic risk.
Well, I appreciate that. I think being really clear about what the goals are and having transparency about defining success is critical here. And I just want to urge you and the administration to continue communicating with Congress as it closely monitors the situation to ensure that we have a coordinated and responsible and effective response to the entire situation. I want to turn now to tax issues that are overseen by Treasury. Last year, my bipartisan Home Energy Savings Act, something I introduced with Senator Collins, was signed into law. This bill expanded tax cuts for homeowners who make energy efficiency upgrades, such as installing a more efficient HVAC system in their homes, which also obviously lowers energy bills. How is the Treasury increasing awareness of these tax cuts for homeowners, given the high energy and other costs that families are facing?
Well, as you point out, there are really critical supports here for taxpayers. They can get up to $2,000 for upgrades like heat pumps, 30% on the cost of installing solar panels, and so forth. We have worked with IRS to publish plain language, frequently asked questions on all of these credits, and you can find this on the IRS's IRA homepage. There are also other sites, something called cleanenergy.gov, but really we want to get the word out broadly, and we would be eager to work with you to discuss ways that we make sure homeowners know what they're eligible for.
Well, I would look forward to continuing to work on that. Obviously, with high energy costs being what they are, especially in the Northeast, it's really, really important that we get the word out. Last question here. Along with Senator Brown, I'm leading the effort to cut red tape for online sellers by reducing the number of casual online sellers who receive unnecessary and confusing 1099 tax forms. It's important that we work across the aisle to find a bipartisan way to cut down on these unnecessary forms. As Congress considers various ways to address this challenge in a bipartisan way, will Treasury provide analysis of the impact of different proposals on online sellers?
Certainly we'll try to work with you on that. You know, we were trying to implement a provision of the rescue plan that required reporting of transactions over $600. It's set to take effect this year, but we realized that there were concerns, broad concerns about that timeline, and so we've delayed, and we want to reduce confusion, and we'll work with you to try to do that.
Well, I appreciate that very much, and I see that I'm over time. I will just note that there are a number of us in Congress who want to do more than delay it. We want to correct what we think is a bad policy
We would look
provides
for
lots of
Congress-
confusion. So thank you very much.